Everyone in the clip notices the smile. Almost nobody notices where his attention goes right after it. For a few seconds, Park Bo-gum lifts both thumbs toward the crowd, dead center, camera ready, the kind of gesture built for a thumbnail. Then, instead of holding that pose for the audience to keep clapping, he turns. Not fully away from the crowd, just enough to check in with the woman in white standing behind him on the same stage. That small pivot is the detail worth slowing down on, because most performers in that exact moment do the opposite. They hold the crowd's gaze a beat longer. This is rabid news value, and the footage we're breaking down today isn't a scandal, a comeback, or a controversy. It's two ordinary clips of Park Bo-gum on stage, doing what looks like routine hosting and performing. But routine footage is exactly where stage habits reveal themselves, because nobody is performing for the cameras when the cameras are just documenting a normal appearance. Here's what actually happened, based only on what the footage shows. Park Bo-gum appears in a dark blue suit, holding a blue microphone, moving through a sequence of talking, scanning the crowd, using hand gestures, changing position, and coordinating with another performer standing nearby. Early in the first clip, his stance is upright, shoulders steady, the grip on the mic controlled. His free hand isn't idle. It punctuates his sentences with small, deliberate movements, at one point extending forward as if physically pulling the audience's attention toward him. None of this looks rehearsed in the sense of choreography. It looks rehearsed in a different sense, the way a habit looks rehearsed after years of repetition. That distinction matters for how we read everything that follows, because a single controlled gesture could be coincidence. A sequence of them, repeated across two separate clips, starts to look like a pattern worth naming. Then comes the anomaly. The double thumbs up, aimed directly at the crowd, is the most visually legible gesture in the entire clip. It reads instantly, even with the sound off. But the context around it matters more than the gesture itself, because it happens while his whole body is already angled toward the audience. It isn't a passing reflex. It's a direct, physical answer to whatever energy is coming from below the stage. What happens next is where most casual viewers stop watching closely, and where the story actually gets more specific. Instead of anchoring himself to one spot facing forward, Park Bo-gum keeps rotating. He turns sideways, at points putting his back partially to the camera to engage a different section of the stage or the people performing alongside him. This isn't a performer locked into a single camera-facing mode. It's someone tracking a wider radius, treating the stage as a full space rather than a frame he needs to stay centered in. A smaller moment follows. He briefly adjusts his hair near his ear at the start of the second clip. It's quick, unpolished, over almost as soon as it starts, and then he's back to full attention with the mic. On its own, this is nothing. Positioned next to the more composed, presentational moments around it, though, it does something specific to the footage's texture. It breaks the performance mode just enough to look unscripted, then closes that gap immediately. That kind of moment is easy to dismiss as filler, but it's worth asking what the footage would look like without it. Strip out the hair adjustment and the sequence becomes uniformly polished, every second calibrated for the camera. Leave it in, and the footage reads as a real person managing a live setting, not a performer executing a routine. The gap between flawless and human is often exactly this small. It rarely gets discussed because it's rarely this visible in unedited footage. His facial expression tracks these shifts closely. For most of the footage, his expression stays composed and focused, the default face of someone managing a live moment. When he engages the crowd, that expression softens, and at points a clear smile appears. What's notable, based strictly on the sequencing in the footage, is that the smile consistently arrives alongside a hand gesture or a change in where he's looking. Face and body move together, not on separate timers. Midway between the two clips, the energy shifts up a level. He walks, turns, raises his hands, and starts using larger gestures than in the opening. A closed fist appears at one point, timed to emphasis. Both hands come forward at another. Against a stage lit in shifting purple tones, the motion reads sharply against the dark background, which is likely why this stretch is the most visually active part of the whole sequence. Here's the detail that ties the anomaly back into something larger: he never lets his own movements swallow the space of the performer beside him. Multiple times, he repositions, but he keeps enough distance that he doesn't block her from the frame. When they briefly share the shot, he shifts his attention toward her before returning to the crowd. That's a specific, observable choice, not an assumption about what he was thinking. Whether it's instinct, training, or professional habit, the footage shows a performer actively managing shared stage space rather than defaulting to full solo focus. By the end of the first clip, the tone shifts from talking to responding. He extends a hand forward, then moves into gestures that resemble applauding or encouraging the crowd to respond back, leaning his body slightly forward as he does. It reads less like standing at the center of a stage and more like closing the physical distance to the audience on purpose. The second clip gives a clearer look at how he moves through space rather than just how he stands in it. After finishing a talking segment, he starts walking to another part of the stage, mic still in hand. His steps widen at points, his upper body leans forward, and his free hand keeps moving in rhythm with his stride. Near the end, he bows forward before leaving his position, which gives the sequence a clean, deliberate close rather than an abrupt cutoff. So why does any of this matter beyond being a well-executed appearance? One reasonable reading is that this footage is a compact case study in nonverbal stage management, the kind of skill set that rarely gets discussed because it doesn't generate headlines the way a scandal or an award does. Career longevity in entertainment isn't only built on major roles or major moments. It's also built on how a performer behaves in the small, unremarkable stretches between them, the parts nobody expected to be analyzed. This does not establish an industry-wide pattern on its own, but it does illustrate one visible mechanism by which a public figure builds and maintains audience trust: consistency between what the body communicates and what the face communicates, repeated appearance after appearance. The available evidence supports a narrower conclusion than this proves he's a great performer. What it does support is more specific and, honestly, more interesting. In this particular footage, Park Bo-gum's stage behavior is defined less by a single standout moment and more by continuity. Talking flows into scanning, scanning into gesturing, gesturing into a smile, without the visible seams that make a performance feel constructed. The big, camera-ready gesture, the thumbs up, only means as much as it does because of everything quieter happening around it: the hair adjustment, the repositioning, the shared frame with a co-performer he never crowds out. There's also a media behavior angle worth naming here, separate from any claim about Park Bo-gum's individual intent. Footage like this, unpolished and not built around a single dramatic headline, tends to get less coverage than a scandal or a viral soundbite, even though it's often more revealing about how a public figure actually operates in front of a crowd. That's not a flaw in how entertainment media works so much as a structural bias toward moments that are easy to summarize in a headline. A 3-second thumbs up is easy to clip and caption. A minute of spatial awareness and shared frame etiquette isn't, even when it tells you more. Come back to that first pivot, the turn away from the crowd toward the woman in white right after the biggest applause line gesture of the clip. Now it reads differently than it did in the first 10 seconds. It isn't a distraction from the main moment. It's the moment that explains the rest of the footage, the small, repeated evidence that his stage presence is built on tracking the whole space around him, not just holding the center of it. None of this requires a dramatic conclusion to be worth watching closely. That's arguably the point. The most useful footage for understanding how a performer actually operates is rarely the footage built for a headline. It's the footage nobody thought needed explaining in the first place. If you like entertainment coverage that looks past the obvious moment and asks what the smaller details are actually doing, Rabbit News Value was built